Not tasty, but it wasn't anything to be concerned about?
I've seen no other dragons.
Jason stared into the distance, his gaze drawn toward Lorach. Since his escape, there had been signs of movement out of Lorach, but they had not attacked. There was no evidence that Lorach even came toward them. It was a matter of time, though. Jason, along with others within Dragonhaven, knew that Lorach would eventually bring forces to bear upon Dragonhaven. They blamed the rebellion, and Jason in particular now, for what had happened to them. More than that, Jessica, the person who essentially led in Lorach, would stop at nothing to overpower Jason and claim the misfits.
They have to be out there, he said. The others have kept watch. We do not need to do this.
Jason smiled slightly. By others, he knew the Iron Dragon meant the dragons of the Dragon Guard. They patrolled, sweeping through the forest, keeping concealed as much as possible with the illusion Jason had cast upon them, making them appear to outsiders as nothing more than large birds. Perhaps birds that were out of place, but birds nonetheless. They would look like eagles, or massive sparrows, or other birds that fit within the forest. Jason tried to make sure they were as appropriate for this space as possible, though that wasn't always easy. The others are patrolling, but I feel as if this is something I need to do.
You need to trust that they are capable, the Iron Dragon said.
Jason smiled to himself. He was right, but that didn't make it any easier.
You have other business you need to be doing anyway.
He chuckled again. The Iron Dragon urged him in ways that the Ice Dragon didn't. There was a heat within him, along with some irritation, though Jason knew it was only because he wanted to help. By other business, you mean understanding my parents?
You know what business.
I know what business, but I have a feeling you don't know what business, Jason said. The dragon rumbled and turned suddenly, veering away from the outskirts of the forest edge, taking them back toward Dragonhaven. He led them away from Lorach and away from danger. It was probably for the best. Jason had no interest in battling with dragon souls from Lorach, though if he did, he knew he could free dragons. He had done so before, at least until Jessica had learned to counter the effect of what he had done. With her newfound skill, Jason worried that he would not be able to save more of the Lorach dragons from slavery. You don't need to turn back quite so quickly, Jason said.
I need to hunt. You need to do the same.
If I need to hunt, then
not that kind of hunting.
In the distance, the outskirts of Dragonhaven came into view. There was an illusion over the entirety of the city, masking it from any outsiders, though to Jason's eyes, the illusion shimmered, fluttering slightly so that he could see beyond it. It took very little for him to make out the outline of the city through the illusion itself. He held on to that illusion, tugging on the power of it, and tested it. For a moment, some aspect of the illusion flickered. Jason sat upright, frowning. Did you see that?
I see nothing,
the Iron Dragon said. Jason frowned. The illusion was such that it masked everything within Dragonhaven, concealing even the heat of the dragon's eyes. He borrowed from the Iron Dragon again, using his connection to look down and see if there was anything that he might uncover within the city. But as he did, he found nothing. Through the dragon's eyes, it looked as if it were nothing more than a stretch of forest, perhaps a stretch where there was an absence of other movement, though Jason had hesitated at the idea of forcing more heat through the illusion, to avoid the likelihood that a dragon might decide to hunt here and uncover Dragonhaven. As far as he could tell, the illusion held. Some aspect of it didn't feel quite right, though. Despite his ability to see down below him, to make out the illusion, he worried why he had seen a flickering. This was all that stood between them and discovery. If Lorach decided to send a squadron of dragons their way,